Destiny 2, the Jade Rabbit Catalyst Weapon Review. Anyway, the Jade Rabbit is a pretty decent weapon. It has been downgraded in Destiny 2 than what it once was in Destiny 1. It was a PlayStation exclusive. I didn't really get my hands on it. But now, I finally got my hands on it, and I actually unlocked the Catalyst. It's actually kind of easy Catalyst to get, because, well, I've been going at it for a long time, because even though I didn't even know it, aka playing Crucible an absolute ton. And, well, I randomly got it at the end of a match, and, well, went ahead and put it on the Jade Rabbit, and this thing just turned into a laser beam, or basically a laser beam. It still has a little bit of kick, but it's not like the mule that it once was before, bouncing up and down all over the place every single time I pulled this trigger. Still, it's slow fire rate, high damage, 4 shots to kill in the head, I think. But I do know that the stability is increased an absolute ton, and, well, it makes it a lot better to handle than what it was. And also, if you guys don't actually know about the Jade Rabbit, or don't have it yet, basically, the main perk on here is Fate of All Fools, which is the intrinsic perk. Chain body shots to gain damage on your next precision shot, and return ammo to the magazine. You'd think this would be good for PvE, but it's not actually all too great, because the damage is kind of capped, I think, or it doesn't go up as much as it once was in D1. It used to be awesome back then. And now it's still reliable, it's still pretty good in PvE, and pretty good in PvP, as long as you know what you're doing. I have been sticking over in the close range combat type of style, so it's kind of hard to adjust to something that's very long range when you're so used to just jumping into the fight and just wrecking havoc. And, well, and I'd say it's a pretty good change, and if you really do like the long range playstyle, this is a pretty good alternative from the usual Graviton Lance or Vigilance Wing meta that is happening on right now. Just to switch things up a little, even though I do know that those other two weapons can clearly outdo this gun if they're in a straight 1v1 fight. But if there's teammates involved and a bunch of other variables, which who knows what's going to happen, the Jade Rabbit might actually win, because it's actually pretty good at team shotting, because it outputs so much damage per shot. aka you can clean up kills pretty easily if they start like running away, or you're obviously team shotting with your team. And also, a pretty cool benefit is if you somehow manage to not get a headshot, well, your next headshot will be a little bit more powerful, and it not as pretty close to powerful as your regular headshot, but it does put a little bit of an edge in your favor instead of just a random normal headshot. Even though it is a pretty nice time to kill when you got 4 shots instead of, well, 4 shots or 5, depending if you miss or whatnot. Anyway, after that, this weapon has a very awesome impact, so you can probably get people flinching quite a lot, but with the slow rate of fire, they can recover pretty quickly. Then you also have the range stat, which is, well, pretty long, especially because this archetype is the long-range scout rifles, aka low fire rate, high damage, very close to a sniper rifle. And then you have the stability, which gets absolutely bumped up a lot when you put the catalyst on. Then you have handling, which, well, is lacking, but then again, it's huge, it's slow, but it puts out quite a lot of damage per shot. So you kind of have to deal with it. And then you have the reload speed, which is, well, above half, which is pretty decent, especially for a gun like this, which is kind of slow-ish on most of the stuff. But you can always refill the magazine via getting chaining body shots and getting a headshot. Then the magazine is 10 bullets, which is actually kind of low for if it's just scout rifles in general, but for this specific type of pulse rifle, I'm sure it's kind of average. And the other perks on here, you have polygonal rifling, armor-piercing rounds. So there's another useful thing in PvE, especially when thralls are just filing towards you in a conga line. And then you have Zen Moment, which basically you cause damage and it increases stability, so you can get even more accurate and turn this thing even more into a laser beam than it already is with the catalyst alone. And, well, other than that, it looks cool. It's pretty challenging to use and kind of fun. And it actually has a little bit of use in PvE. It's all around a nice weapon. And, well, I've been seeing it a little bit more and more here and there in the Crucible, which is pretty cool. It's pretty nice to see a little bit of something different between the usual of the pulse rifles. But anyway, I'll see you guys later in another video, and